Hello. Just doing some last minute setting up here. Says I'm live. We'll just give it a minute to catch up. So if you're watching this in the at a later time after the live, then I'm just waiting for either YouTube to catch up or me. It says I'm live right now, so but I'm not seeing it on the channel. And I know there were people waiting. Let me just do a quick refresh here. I'll just log out of YouTube and log back in. Let's see here. It's slow to do its thing, but it's slowly coming on. I'm not sure why it's showing that I'm in live at two spots right now. Let me mute this. That's really weird that it's showing that I'm live in two spots right now. So I apologize if you're bouncing around trying to figure out what's going on here. So hello everybody, how are you? Happy TGIF, thank God. It's Friday and the weekend is here. Justin Chapman, hey buddy, how are you? I have to throw the readers on here. Pete Nowak is working away there. JRJ, hey dude, what's going on, dude? What's up? Ethan and Steven. And what's new in Wisconsin Dells, JRJ? All kinds of fun stuff is always going on here in the Dells. It's really nothing exciting going on today. I mean, as far as the weather goes, it's lousy, you know. A week ago today, it was 83 here. And today I think we cracked 50, but it had that chill in the air and it just never felt warmer than that. So, but other than that, just getting ready for some fun stuff going on in the Dells, like summer. That's always a fun thing. Looking forward to summer. What about you guys? Al Jacobson, how are you? Yeah, I got to have the readers on here. Yeah, the wind definitely did make it cool. That's for sure. That's for sure. So I would imagine you guys probably you heard about the announcement that I made. If you made it past that first minute in that video that got posted on April Fool's, if you turned it off, like after when I was saying, oh, it's April Fool's, you probably should have watched the rest of the video, because if you didn't catch the announcement, the big announcement was giving away a Wisconsin Dells getaway. Yeah, I'm going to give one away. And we'll do that at the end of the summer, probably like right around June 21st. I don't have the exact date yet, but I'll do it around the end of summer. And we'll have attractions in there, take care of your lodging for you, throw some restaurant certificates. We'll chat a little bit more about that. So Stephen Tinsley's working good. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see here. So thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. I really do. And Stephen was in the Dells last week. What did you do last week, Stephen? Anything fun? We had some good weather for the most part. Well, it's on and off. So typical with Wisconsin. You know, one day it's warm. The next day, this time of year at least, we could be seeing 10 inches of snow. I will not forget, there was actually a April, I'm going to guess 2, maybe 3 years ago, I think. And we picked up more snow in April than we did that whole winter. So I forget which days it was, but it was like 2 or 3 days apart, the storms. The first day we picked up like 12 or 13 inches. And a couple days later, another like foot or so. And so maybe we didn't pick up more that entire season, but we picked up a lot of snow. And so that is very, very common. Hello, wonderful cheddar heads. The Thumper Squid. Go Packers, Badgers, Brewers, Bucks. You got it. You got it. My son is a huge Bucks fan. We went to, grab my water here. We went to a game, he and I, a couple of weeks ago over at the Pfizer Forum. And that was my first time there. That was a good time. I have never been to a Bucks game. And that was, I don't follow basketball, but I had a really good time with him. It was a great time. So you guys ever gone to a Bucks game? We also went to go check out the Packers. And I've been to Lambeau many, many times, but never for a game until last November, and that was a blast. Kind of stunk because we played the Lions, and you might recall that home game did not go our way. So, and it rained. It poured the entire time. We got soaked. It was like one of those 40-degree rains, and it was just kind of miserable. So, hello, Michelle. How are you? That's my sporting events basically in the last. I'd love to go see another Packers game. What that cost was crazy. We could have done a nice getaway weekend for what we paid for the tickets for the Packers game, but at the end of the day, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. So what's going on with everybody here? So yeah, big news about stuff here in Wisconsin Dells, giving away that trip, and we'll chat a little bit more about it. If you have any questions about it, I can tell you some things. Some things I'm still securing right now. Actually, there's a lot of things that's just kind of floating around out there, and still securing things. I did talk to 2 more businesses today, 2 more attraction businesses, and they are on board. So this package is going to grow. And once I hear, if you saw that video that I posted on Tuesday, April Fool's Day, once I have all these tickets in hand, and a lot of them are in the mail now, but once I start getting them in hand, I will start confirming here on YouTube and Facebook and everything that will be in the giveaway. But I gotta wait till I have those in hand. So part of me as I look down here, because I've got I got a computer here as well, and I can actually read this screen a lot better than I can the phone. I use my cell phone just for these live streams. It does a pretty good job. Thumper lives about 100 miles from the Dells. Lived in Baraboo as a kid. Baraboo's a neat area. I like Baraboo. So what part of, are you in Wisconsin, or are you out of Wisconsin, 100 miles away? Let's see. Steven, relax, 56 year in the Dells. Norm's Eatery. Oh, out in Linden there, sure. Delaney Plus. I have heard about Delaney. I've never done anything out there. Let's see. Michelle says, it was me crying. You didn't take me to the Packers. Also, it wasn't rain. It was Michelle's teardrops. Sorry. Yeah, if it was, you know what? I'll tell you what, Michelle. We'll go to a Packer game. We'll go to opening. How's that? You pay, and just let me know what where we're meeting, and I'll be there. Jeff says, I popped up on YouTube today. So far, he likes the channel. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Yeah, it's a if you're new to the channel, and I'm not sure maybe what your first video was, but I do a lot of travel, attractions, reviews, a ton of Wisconsin Dells. And this year we're going to see a bigger focus on the Dells, because that is something I get more and more requests on than anything else. And since I'm in the area, it's a good fit. So this year we're going to do a lot more of Wisconsin Dells than I've done in the past. But if you want to see stuff other than just the Dells, don't worry. I won't forget about those type of videos as well. We've got the cruise video on all 3 of them that Kelly and I did. It was a good time. Hey, Edward, how are you? Michelle has excellent news. Make sure you hit the thumbs up for Maverick. Oh, thank you, Michelle. What's your excellent news? Thumper, Southwest Wisconsin near Platteville. Didn't the Bears used to do a practice camp out in Platteville years ago? I don't think they do anymore. I think it's been a long time, but we did in Platteville area. It wasn't Platteville itself, but like maybe 10, 15 miles out of there. Kelly and I, we got a room. I forgot where we were, and we anyways, it's just we were tired. We didn't want to come all the way back from wherever we were, so we just grabbed a room out in that area, and we tried a pizza place. This was a few years ago, so I don't remember the name of it, but it wasn't cut in triangles. I mean, there's what, 2 ways to cut a pizza? It's in the triangles or in the squares, right? So there's I guess domino style, and then there's where they'll just cut across and you can get like the little squares. And even if it's a square pizza, it's usually, or a rectangle pizza, like Rocky Rococo's, but I think they're just in Wisconsin. They cut them up in squares, right? Well, this place did it in strips. So almost think of like breadsticks, and it's like they had like 10 of them. They're almost like glued together. It doesn't matter the name of the place, but and I don't remember, but it was the worst pizza we ever had. It was horrible. Um, but we do have some good memories of the area itself, though. Platteville's a neat area, part of Wisconsin. Do I like Wisconsin Dells, the original fudge shop? And oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. Absolutely, Jeff. That is definitely one of my favorites. I spend a lot of money there in the summer usually. Scotty, hey Maverick, and please do more Dells videos. Your favorite. Awesome. You just booked your reservation at the View. Oh, great. Awesome. That's a great place, the View over there. That's awesome. Yeah, you got it. A lot more Dells videos will be coming up this year. I'll be doing more, focusing more on the Dells this year than I've done in previous years. And last year, I really amped up how much Dell stuff I was doing. A lot of people love the Dells. Even if they're not coming here, they just love to know what's going on in Wisconsin Dells. And every now and then, there'll be somebody that will say in one of the comments, I have heard of the Dells. I'm really not familiar with it. And after they watch a couple of videos and maybe they Google some stuff or something, it's like, holy cow, the Dells, that's a neat area. And it really is. It really is. So yeah, you got it, Scotty. I'll get some more Dells videos. Michelle says Big Ed is on board for next year. We are planning Ho Chunk Casino booking. Oh, there you go, Michelle. I've been to Ho Chunk and to gamble at least, and I could tell you when the last time I was there. It was one of my birthdays. I think it was my first birthday when Kelly and I first started dating. So that's gonna go back 7 or 8 birthdays ago now. And anyways, Ho Chunk wasn't good to us, but we had a good time. I stopped in there around New Year's Eve really quickly, but it's a nice casino. So can't make hotel plans till September. Okay, gotcha. Feather Arrow, what do you think of Aquavia Lumina? Is it kid friendly? Absolutely. Bringing my kids there in a couple of weeks. They're going to have a blast. Aquavia Lumina it really is like a Disney type of thing. I mean, it's on par with a Disney type of attraction or I don't want to call it a show. I mean, if anyone else in the chat has seen Aquavia Lumina or been there, help me out here. The best way to describe it. It's a great attraction, and you will definitely do some walking. So make sure you have your comfortable walking shoes on. But it is a good time. It really is neat. Going to Dells Raceway Park next Saturday. Edward, are they open already? I've seen some things on Facebook that they've been posting over there. I used to do some marketing for them many years ago. Just on the side, used to help them out. There was a few owners ago, different name back then, but that's a fun place to go to. So, Scotty, let's see here, Scotty. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known about the View. You're talking about Platteville. I'm one town over. Oh, in Cuba City. Yeah, we go through Cuba City all the time. We cut through towards Galena, going towards Galena. We cut through Cuba City. So nice. Yeah, the View I think you're going to be happy with. If that's your first time there, I think it's a real neat boutique style hotel. And nice pool. Water was really warm. The rooms are really comfortable. It's really clean there. They've got a nice bar restaurant downstairs as well, and it is open for breakfast on the weekends in the off season, and in the summer it's daily. Plus they got lunch and dinner, and that place is I'm trying to remember. The Boathouse is what they call it, and I think you're gonna really like your stay there. And it's on the as you know, the Wisconsin River, and just beautiful the way the sun sets right over there. So it's really a beautiful area, part of the Dells. You're gonna have a good time. Let's see here. More on Ghost Boat. JRJ, you want to see more Ghost Boat videos? We got that one that I did. Holy smokes, let me think here. It wasn't last year. I think it was 24. Going into Halloween of 24. But yeah, I could freshen it up. You could change it up a little bit. And now with the new camera that I bought, if you've been watching the channel or following along for some time, that other camera I had, it used to be a great camera. I've talked about this before on live streams, but it was not made for the type of filming I do or recording I do. It was not made for motion. It didn't have a good stabilizer in it or anything. So I got the, which is way behind me. I don't have access to it, but I bought that Osmo Pro, that Pocket 3. And I love it, and it's fantastic at night too. It gives a real nice clear image. So that'll be great on the Ghost Boat. So I'll have to freshen that up so I can do that. September babies rule. You know that, Michelle. That is true. Weber's brats are to die for. Where's Weber's at? Hey, John, how are you? I appreciate the updates on all of the construction projects. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, that mountain coaster, that's going to be really neat. They, I've been on a few of those. They're all over the place. And I think there's a couple in Branson. I'm trying to remember. I know there's a handful of them out in the Smoky Mountain region. And I think there's a bunch of them out then by the time you get to Colorado. The ones I've been on were out in the Smoky Mountains out by Pigeon Forge, and they are a lot of fun. So you're going to have a good time when that opens. And I just reached out to them over there, so I'm hoping to hear back from them really soon because I'd like to do some stuff with them. I think it would be fun to follow them along with the progress of the construction, but get a behind the scenes point of view. We'll put on the old yellow hard hat, and maybe I could get a tour or something, and we'll bring the camera. And I don't want to go trespassing in there, and plus I don't want to trip over anything either, and then fall. And I mean, that could make a video go viral, I suppose. But so I'm just waiting to hear back from them, and love to team up with them on some future stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see here, Lens, if you already won a Dell's package through the channel in previous years, are you still eligible for this one? Yes, because I've never given away a Dell's package before. This is the first time I'm giving away a full getaway here to Wisconsin Dells, full of attractions and some dining and lodging. I've done a ton of stuff with attraction giveaways in the past, but I have never given away a whole vacation sort of thing. So still working on in talks right now with a lodging place. I don't want to say who yet because I got to wait till basically it's a confirmation with the certificate, if you will, the reservation or whatever you want to call it for them is in my hand. But once I get that, I'll spill the beans on everything, the who, the what, the where. But there are some very specific things that I'm asking of these businesses that are going to help sponsor or partner up with me on this. And one of the things is I don't want blackout dates. Because if you're trying to plan a vacation here in Wisconsin Dells, and it's okay, I got this attraction I want to do, and this one we have to make a reservation for, this one's going to take a full day, so we got to work around it, whatever it might be. The last thing you want to do is basically find out, oh, this one's a blackout date. Can't do it. So I don't want blackout dates. And in the summer, these businesses, I mean, that's when they make their bread and butter. I totally get it. So it might be, but for the lodging, it might be a weeknight sort of thing. But, that's all right. If you could get a few nights of lodging in the Dells for free, and then you got a bunch of attraction tickets and some dining as well, some gift certificates for dining, take a few days off of work. It's worth it then. So it may not be a weekend thing, but anytime you want to call up basically the resort or the hotel or whoever it is, and then set up your attractions, you won't really have blackout dates. So they might say no weekends at the hotel, the lodging, but all of the attractions, everything will be available to you during the 25 operating season. So yeah, that's going to be a fun giveaway. And then, of course, we have to coordinate whoever wins. If you want to come out with Kelly and I on my pontoon boat, we'll give you a nice tour of the Wisconsin River and show you some spots that you'll never be able to find on the big boat tours just because they can't get into them. They're too big and stuff like that. Scotty, I must have missed something. It says, damn keyboard. I do that all the time. I have small hands, but I tell you, I'm constantly hitting the wrong thing all the time. You know how long it takes me to do a title, when I'm creating the video and putting it up? I swear to God, it's oh my goodness, I messed that up. I'll bet every other video at least I get to backtrack on something. So Scotty the Dells, Lens, we got an attractions giveaway and it was so fun to experience some new places we hadn't been before. Yeah, there's a lot of neat things, and some of the attractions that I'm in talks with right now, and they're gonna jump on board. Like I just once I get everything, I'm going to start telling you who it is. But some of this stuff is really unique, and some of these businesses are places that either A, maybe you've not heard of before, B, they could be brand new, C, you've just not thought of before. Because when you come to Wisconsin Dells, what do? The water parks, go-kart, duck rides, all the miniature golf. And then some of the stuff that I've given away in the past, previous summers and stuff, just attractions. People are like, I never thought of that. That's awesome. And I had a great time there. So I'm trying to get some of those businesses involved again. And like I said, it's going to happen with some of these. Let's see here. Jeff, Campwell Beak outside of the Dells. I know a little about it. When my daughter was a young, we're going back. Oh my goodness. We are going back about 18 years ago, 19 years ago. She went there for camp a couple of times during the summer, so I do know a little about it. Helen, let's see. Hey, Maverick, and hey, Helen. Hey, Helen, I see your comments all the time on Facebook. It's nice to chat with you. Can't wait until June. We are heading up to Wisconsin Dells for the first time. Awesome, the first time. You've been watching the videos. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Helen, do you live is it Pennsylvania? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. If I want to say it's Pennsylvania, right? I think I could be wrong on that, but awesome. You'll have to let me know when you're here whether you win this package or not, Helen. Now it sounds like you got your vacation planned, but either way, just let me know when you're here. I'd love to meet you. And then Michelle, that's really awesome, Helen. Michelle, I know is in Ohio. Hey, Michelle. And Scotty, Helen, I hope you have a great time in the Dells. Yeah, she will. Let's see. Hit the thumbs up button. Oh, the like button. That's my favorite button. I love it when people hit that. Thank you, by the way. And if you just subscribed to the channel, welcome to our silly little family over here. We always have a lot of time, fun time doing the videos, Kelly and I, and then love reading the comments, and I do get back to all of the comments. Sometimes it's not as timely as I can make it, but give me a few days. If you leave a comment in the video, sometimes I'm within a few hours, and sometimes it just takes me days. It just depends on what my schedule's like, but I do. I read all the comments usually right away or within hours of a video going up, and then I know comments can come in a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, even months later, but I do pretty much keep on top of that. You're a Wisconsin Dells lover. I'm reading Scotty. If I ever made it, I'm having a business in the Dells. I seriously love it with all your heart. What kind of business would you like to do here? I've got some business ideas that I think would be huge in the Dells. And what kind of business would you like? Let's see, Del Bar. Oh, somebody must be asking a question. Okay. You've got that handle there over. Is it Yes 35? You know who you are. You got the handle. Awesome. Jason Perry, hey Maverick. Love the Dells Council. Oh, good. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're I love doing it. You're in the Dells a lot. Going to be here in 2 weeks. Wondering if you can give advice for the best steakhouse in the Dells area. Got a couple actually for you. Del Bar is definitely one. I'm trying to remember when I was at Del Bar last for food. Kelly and I've been there a couple of times just for like evening cocktails. It's probably been about a year since I've been there for food, and they've got really, really good food. So I would say Del Bar, and something that we'll be doing a video soon on, Kelly and I, is we'll be doing one on Ishnala's. Would you believe I have not been to Ishnala's since I was like a kid? I mean, maybe a teenager, but I have not been to Ishnala's for many, many, many years. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And Ishnala's opens up on April 10th. So that's next week. And you might want to check that out too, because they're rated the #1 supper club. Another one. Now here's this one. This is like our little secret place that Kelly and I love. And it's about from Del Bar, to give you an example, it's about 20 minutes from Del Bar, and it's called Cimarrones, and it's between Wisconsin Dells and Portage. You'll have to check out. The best way is just Google how to get there. Cimarrones, starting with a C, C-I-M. And it is fantastic. So that is my favorite supper club of all time, hands down, that I have ever been to for food. And Kelly and I are big supper clubbies. And is that word? Is now. And that is definitely, and we're trying to find someone that's right on par with them. We've got some close second and thirds on our little supper club list, but Cimarrones is our favorite. And their prices are so reasonable too. So you might want to check that out. Otherwise, if you want to stay in the Dells area, Del Bar or Miscellaneous. Let's see here. Some of these are going up on me a little quick here. Let's see here. Jay, what's going on, Jay? Love the Dells. Been going there since you were in high school. Oh, awesome. Used to skip school and get the pass at Big Chief. Good old Big Chief. Yeah, you're talking, I would imagine, the original Big Chief, right? Which is basically Mount Olympus now. Staying over in a, I'm looking at Helen here, staying at a Golf Villa room at Chula Vista. Oh, very nice. Love to meet you in person. Yeah, just let me know when you're in the area, Helen. When you're headed out here, you know, give me a heads up of a few days before you get out here, and then we can. I see your posts on Facebook too, so just let me know. We'll definitely set something up. You like the hey Craig, like the reviews of the new restaurants in the Dells? Well, thank you very much for that. We have a good time doing them. In fact, I was just talking to my son. He's appeared in some of the videos, and you know, he's a typical teenager. It's tough living in this area because Dad's got this channel, and my son is, you know, he's at the age, I mean, where he's like, okay, he's embarrassed of Dad having this channel, walking around, holding this camera and talking, you know, to himself and walking up and down town. I mean, his friends know about me. Some of his friends just think it's a kick, and I know they follow along. And others like, oh yeah, hey, we saw your dad. He was doing this or whatever. But anyway, so he's at the age where he's just not, he's camera shy, and he's just, at least when I do Dell stuff, he's like, Dad, I think I'll stay home and stay on the PS5. But anyways, I think tomorrow he might, I'm trying to convince him to come with me because there's two chicken places out here that I want to do kind of a versus, not really a challenge, but a versus on. We've got that brand new Dave's Hot Chicken. And Kelly and I did a review on the one that opened up in Madison, Wisconsin a couple of years ago. And yeah, that's in the channel with the spicy food. I don't do well with spice. And I went with their mild too. So anyways, there's that one. And then there's, trying to remember. I was just talking to somebody about this earlier today. And of course, now the name of the place slips in my mind. It's where the old KFC used to be, and they've got the same kind of hot chicken sort of thing. So I think if I could get my son to come along with me, if anything, he can hold the camera, and we'll do some like verses, and we'll get that in a video soon. And if he doesn't want to do it, then I'll either go alone or Kelly will do something like that with me. So we'll get those reviews up soon. Let's see, where are we here? House of Embers steak is the best you've ever had. Scotty, I've not been to House of Embers in years. You know something funny? Where is it? I'm in my office right now. Here it is. My office / studio. Not that that's right. Yeah, you know what? You really can't even see it. Yeah, you really can't see it. I thought there was more, but so that is Kelly and I at House of Embers actually. And this was probably one of our first dates. Kelly and I have been dating 7.5 years now. And anyways, that was House of Embers. And I think Kelly and I have gone there a couple of times. So we had I don't think we had steak so I'm glad you brought that up. We'll have to include that in a review. We'll definitely do that. Hey, Michelle, thank you. Do appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. So House of Embers is a place that I always forget about. It's just one of those places that it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, even though it's across from Del Bar. It's usually if I'm going towards Del Bar or something, I go to Del Bar, you know. So Scotty, thank you. Appreciate that. Very kind of both you and Michelle for the super chats. Really do appreciate that. Yes, Lizzie. Rockin' Chicken Shack. Thank you. That's it. That is it. I had a brain fart. Yeah. I was thinking to myself, God, I was just talking to somebody about this earlier today. And it, of course, came right off, rolled off my tongue. And now here I am talking to you guys. And it's like, what's the name of that place? So we're gonna check that out. So, and I think we'll do like a versus with uh, uh, Dave's, right? Dave's Hot Chicken. It's been a long week. I'll forget my name in a minute. Um, let's see here. Let me throw on the old glasses here. Aging stinks. What would you do with the Tommy Bartlett property, Steve, 1965? Well, that's a good question. The great indoors. Let me just hang on, hold that question there for 1 second, Steve. So that chat came from the great indoors, that super chat. Thank you, Ed and Michelle. Thank you both over at their channel. Really appreciate that. So what would you do with the Tommy Bartlett property? So it's zoned right now where it can't be sold for like development of condominiums or anything like that. It's zoned as entertainment. It's never going to come back. I read on Facebook all the time. I've heard rumors that so-and-so is going to buy it and it's going to be a ski show, this or that. Those days are behind us and it stinks because that was a great show. It's kind of like our shopping habits. It's like people don't go to brick and mortar stores anymore. We're all buying online, it seems, which is why we're seeing all these businesses going out of business. It's kind of the same thing in the Dells. It's just like things are changing and what people want, entertainment's just kind of changing and attractions. And Tommy Bartlett was actually kind of on the slide, going downhill, not with the quality of the show, but with the revenue. And obviously that's what you need to keep the lights on and be able to pay your staff is money. And unfortunately, it's just starting to go downhill before COVID. And then once COVID came, that was it. It was just the nail in the coffin for them. But what I would do for an entertainment thing, I don't think that you're going to get a show in there anymore. So I think that would be great property to put in something like, I've heard rumors of this, and I don't think it's going to happen, at least right now, but like a Ripley's Aquarium. You might be familiar with the one in Myrtle Beach, and I'm pretty sure there's one in Branson as well, and they are awesome. And then maybe, so if you position the aquarium in such a way, okay, and you don't want to knock out the woods, so you just take out maybe some of the woods, I suppose, and some of the current parking lot, and then kind of position it where you can do something with the lake. I don't know if it would be boat rentals. I don't know what. So that's one idea, like a Ripley's Aquarium. And I think, they're fun museums, and something like that would be great in the Dells. That's one idea. Another idea, are you familiar with the island at Pigeon Forge, or the oh my goodness, it was just in a darn video that Kelly and I did. There's that place in Miami, if you know the place I'm talking about. Help me here, that entertainment district in Miami right by the port. And also the Broadway on the beach in Myrtle Beach, those like shopping districts. And they all seem to have those big Ferris wheels. And there's one in St. Louis too. Anyways, I think like a village setup, because Tommy Bartlett sits on a lot of property. I think like a village type setup with specialty stores and maybe one of those giant 200-foot Ferris wheels where it's positioned. You get a beautiful view of the lake and maybe a little bit of the parkway or something. I think that would look nice. And if it's built right, and some of these that I've been to are really nice, like the island at Pigeon Forge is really nice, and Broadway and the beach in Myrtle Beach area, that's a real nice place. So if it's built right, you can utilize that cove that Tommy Bartlett used to use where the ski jumps used to be. And they've got miniature jet boats, kind of like they do here in the Dells, but instead of taking like 30 people at once or 20 people, whatever it is, it takes about 4 or 5. I think you go out with a driver, and then like a family of 4 or 5 people can go with the driver. And they're these like miniature boats. And they're, so you could do something like that maybe, so that's a thought. And since we're quickly talking about other businesses, something else that Wisconsin Dells needs really bad, in my opinion, I think would do great here, is more dry attractions. Okay, we've got all the water stuff in the world here. We got more water parks and more t-shirt shops than we know what to do with. So if you go to Branson, I'm using Branson because I was just there a few years ago. They've got this awesome tower ride. It's a free fall on one side of it. I think it's called the Gravity Bomb, if I recall. And then on the other side of they got the same thing at the island in Pigeon Forge, actually. And they've got like a reverse slingshot. And if you were to take a ride like that, maybe a couple smaller coasters, I know roller coasters aren't cheap. You could find some great ones out there, even used. But build like an amusement park sort of thing. You know, it's a shame that Fort Dells isn't around today. It would be interesting to see what that would be like a Fort Dells. Have any of you guys ever been to Lost Island out in Waterloo, Iowa? If not, just Google it. I do have a video on the channel when I went there a couple of years ago, but just Google it. I think if that theme park, and it's not really an amusement park, it's a theme park. I think if something like that was here in the Dells, it would just take this town to a whole new level. And I think that would do so well in this town. If you're ever in central Wisconsin, the Buck. I'm trying to remember if I've heard of that or not. That's good to know. Scotty, you're welcome for the Dells content. Tommy Bartlett is big enough for does that say a bee resort? A bee resort. What's a bee resort? Are you talking like bees? You know, flying around? Get zapped. Let's see. Hey, Dennis. Or Denise, I'm sorry. Maybe my glasses need glasses. Denise, how are you? Brian, does Howie still make smell like... You know, Brian, I have not been to Howie's in a long time. So if you know the Dells, at least let's go back to the 80s for 1 second here. There was like those little Howie's. It's like everything was a Howie's. It had the Howie's name on it. Okay. Anyways, they all seem to disappear, except there's that one Howie's kind of by Walmart at exit 89, right? And that is gone. That is next to the butcher shop. And that became a Mexican restaurant. I forget the name of it, though. I forget the name of it. But anyways, it's a Mexican restaurant now. So that Howie's is gone. And to be honest, I never ate there. As far as the Howie's Huge Breakfast goes, I believe BJ's, which is across from Noah's Ark on the Parkway, I believe they still serve up. Wasn't it called? They used to market it like Howie's Huge Breakfast or something like that. And I think they're still part of this Howie's thing. Now, here's something funny. I don't know who Howie was, and I've lived in this town since 1995. I've been coming to this town religiously since I was a kid. I mean, going back to like 7, maybe 5 even. And came up here a couple times a year, and then got a place and moved into that in 1995. So I know the Dells pretty good, and I know historic Wisconsin Dells, if you will, old Wisconsin Dells, pretty good. I just don't know. I've never investigated who was Howie. I don't know. If you know, let me know. I'll read the comment here. But whether or not that building has a stench to it, I don't know. I don't know. The gem shop, So the Wisconsin Dells mining company, they're down to one location, and it's just the one in downtown Wisconsin Dells right now. The one on the Parkway, that building is slowly being, I was going to say dismantled. They gutted the inside of it. All of the mining stuff is all gone. Excuse me. So, and I drove by when I was looking the other day. I'll look tomorrow. When I drove by, I saw something kind of big sitting in the middle. It looked like it's crated up. I don't know if there's something that was just being stored or sheltered because it still has a roof, but those big doors that they use like in the winter, they're like garage doors. And it kind of wrapped around the building. They're always shut in the winter. Well, now they're all up, and you can see right through. The lease wasn't renewed for, I think it's Kathy something. I don't know the owners. I just know the name. I think it's Kathy something. And so she said they were there for like 30-something years at that location, and the lease wasn't renewed. So I believe that property is owned by the Fields that owns Bigfoot zip lining. Now the snow tubing attraction that just opened. They've got the miniature golf course that they're bringing back behind Big Chief, the go-kart track there. They've got a lot of stuff in town, and my guess is they're going to do something with that, or they have plans for that piece of property there. Whether or not they're going to use that building or something, I've not heard. But my ears are always open, and my eyes are open as well, and we'll just have to stay tuned. Lizzie says she misses Riverview Park. Yeah, that was a good time. See, that's what we need, Lizzie. I agree. Maybe something a little bit more upscale though, because Riverview, the problem Riverview had is it reminded me of a moving carnival, but it was falling apart. And sometimes they would just close things down, and then it would just be standing but not operating, and just there for the longest time, just kind of rotting away. And it was looking tired. So it's a shame that they that family that owned it didn't decided not to say, you know what, let's drop a few mil into this place. Let's bring it back up and help this have the business go up to the next level. It's a shame they didn't do that, because that was a fun place. I used to go there a lot when my daughter was born. Well, a little after she was born, when she was a little girl, about 2 years old or so. She loved the merry-go-round. The one thing I never did there, I always wanted to do, were those go-karts. You remember those go-karts? You have to have like a driver's license to be able to do them, and you would race like against the clock to get the best time. And I think they used to give you a helmet and everything. Never got a chance to do those. Always wanted to do those. Um, let's see here. Hey, Patty from Rockford. What's going on in Rockford there, Patty? Um, hey, Patty, have you been to your Hard Rock where the Clock Tower Inn resort used to be? I pass it a lot when I'm on the tollway, and one of these days, I need to stop over there and check that out. That new Hard Rock Casino. That looks pretty impressive, at least from the tollway. So BJ's is awesome. Yeah, Brian, I was at BJ's, the Howie's thing. It's been a few years, but I do remember it being pretty good. I have to go over there with a review, I think. A lot of the reviews that Kelly and I do, I shouldn't say a lot. I would say maybe about 15 to 20% of the reviews. We've already dined at those specific places, and we just felt that they're that good that we just had to come back with the camera. And then usually I'll try something different that I normally wouldn't get. So try and do a review that way. And I think we'll have to do that with BJ's. It's like wink, wink, Oh yeah, this is great food. I wish I came here before, even though I was there a long time ago. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Yeah, but who was Howie? That's the thing. Who is Howie? Who was Howie? It's like a brand name out here, and I don't know who the guy was. Anybody in the chat from the South? You guys have had some nasty weather in the South. If anyone's in this chat is from the South. Holy smokes. Arkansas, Tennessee, Southern Illinois, Indiana. Did you guys hear about the twisters that hit Indianapolis a couple nights ago? I was actually watching a YouTube meteorologist that I like a lot. I was watching Ryan Hall, and just some live footage of that. Holy cow. That was crazy out there. Let's see here. How was the food at Big Boy? It's pretty good, Jeff. It is pretty good. If you're coming to Wisconsin Dells, do it. It took me a while to get their burger, which is what they're known for. Yeah, I think I started off with a fish sandwich. I think that's what I did the review on the channel when they first opened. I think it was a fish sandwich. Then I want to say Kelly and I went back, and then we did breakfast. And personally, I thought the breakfast was okay. I would probably try something different on the menu. But then I went back finally, like the third visit, with my son, and we did we actually both did the cheeseburgers, and that's what they're known for, and they're really, really good. Need to petition Lake Delton to allow outdoor live music again. Yeah, there was something. You might recall Ryan Hall, y'all. I think he's on right now, actually. Ryan Hall. I think he's doing his live stream right now with all the violent weather going on. There was some sort of music, like a big event, like a concert sort of thing, like a Country USA or a Country Jam that was supposed to be in the Greater Dells area. I think closer on the other side of exit 92 near Ho Chunk, that area. And something fell through on that. And now you're right. I guess they got that like ordinance or something where you can't be so close to the town or whatever. But it looked like it was going to happen at first. So that's kind of a bummer. All right, let me scroll up here. I'm rambling here. Let me scroll up. Let's see. What is your opinion of Mount Olympus? I always enjoy it, but seems like they're just for the money. Scotty. Pete, you want to take that? Pete Nowak? You take that. So here's my opinion on Mount Olympus. Fun water park. It's a little water park because why he demolished the family. He says, no, yeah, we're trying to dance around this one. Thanks, Scotty, for putting me on the spot here. I'm always honest with my opinions, and that's what they are. The reviews, everything are my opinions. So why they pulled out the Familyland attractions from the old Familyland park and just to put a parking lot in. I mean, I know why he did it. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense from it makes no sense. So anyways, so yeah, knocked down all those water rides in the back and just put in a parking lot. All that's really left from Familyland is the wave pool, and of course half of the indoor water park before he extended on. And so there's not much there. What you see with Mount Olympus is what you get when you're driving down the parkway with the water park aspect of it. What you see is what you get. That's it. And whereas Noah's Ark is the opposite because you can't see a darn thing with Noah's Ark other than Flash Flood and the that snake ride. I forget the name of it that they put in a few years ago. Noah's Ark goes way in the back. See, Mount Olympus, when you're driving, you got the whole park going up and down with the parkway, for a mile and a half or so. Noah's Ark is the other way. So when you're driving, all the park is way back there. That's why I wish they would knock down Flamingo, the rest of the Flamingo, the original Flamingo, and start building some of the water attractions there because Noah's Ark really is huge and they've got a lot. So the water rides at Mount Olympus, we have a good time. I love the rotating water slide. At first I thought it was gonna be boring. I heard bad reviews on it. The original one from that manufacturer out in China, I've seen videos on it. To me, it looked lame. And when I went on it at Mount Olympus when it first opened, it really is fun. It's a good ride. It's a lot of fun. The water, it's heated inside. The last couple of times I've been to Mount Olympus, outside, of course, is not. And you might be surprised with some of these indoor water parks. It's barely heated, when you go to these indoor water parks. I mean, it's you could shiver for a little bit. But Mount Olympus does a really good job with heating up the water. But there's not much in there. So you got the rotating water slide, then you've got 2 water slides, basically, in the indoor water park. They really need to expand on that. I don't know. I mean, the park was not thought out very well when they were building. They basically said, let's put a roller coaster here. We're going to do this here. Then then now you got this hodgepodge of stuff where you're walking all over the place. So, but the water rides are pretty fun. I like that Poseidon's Rage or whatever it's called, Poseidon's Wave Pool. That's pretty neat. That's a pretty wild wave that comes on like every few minutes. What is it, like 9 feet, 12 feet, something like that? It's pretty cool though. I'm gonna do the new ride this year. I've got the water camera and everything that I'll bring. So the Rise of Icarus, I know I'm horrible for not doing it last year, but I'll do it this year. Now, as far as the dry park at Mount Olympus goes, let me put it this way: if you're coming to the Dells and you're going to do stuff at Mount Olympus, the pass is good for everything. The water park, the dry park. Just pay attention to the condition of things at the dry park, the condition of the rides. I'm not trying to bash. You can Google, you can find all those reviews online, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, and if you want to know about the lodging part of Mount Olympus, Um, read the reviews on TripAdvisor, or Google reviews, or see what people are saying on Facebook, if you catch my drift. And but if you go for the water park, I mean, it's not big, but it's fun, and the water is clean and it's warm. So, all right. My husband, son, and girlfriend have been, but not me yet. Patty, they've been. Oh, to Hard Rock. I'm assuming going back to Hard Rock there. Yeah, it looks like a pretty neat place. The Michelle, who's in here right now, her and her husband Ed, they've got a YouTube channel, The Great Indoors, and they do a lot of casinos, and they travel around at least the videos I've seen have been the upper Midwest for casinos. And have you guys, so I guess my question now is, Michelle, have you guys done anything with Hard Rock on your channel? I've just not seen the videos if you have, but I'll look for them. Let's see. Hey, Kim. Lacrosse, Oktoberfest. We were just at the Oktoberfest grounds not too long ago. We drove by them. I mean, we didn't, there's nothing there right now, but we just drove by them. Going to Wilderness for a week for spring break. Coming up a week before Easter. So what is that, next week? 2 weeks coming up? Nice. Hope you have a great time. We are going to do some more lacrosse. There's some lacrosse actually on the channel. Lacrosse is a neat town. I like that. It's a real pretty area in the Mississippi River Valley there. We want to do that, I forget the name of it. It's on the channel, though. We kind of did a tease. I was hoping to get see a room, but they're sold out. You guys have that hotel, that chocolate hotel, where the building used to be a chocolate factory. Anyways, we're gonna go stay there, Kelly and I. That might be like a fall trip, though, because there's a lot of stuff that we've got planned on the channel in the calendar, and a lot of it's summer, and a lot of it's Wisconsin Dells. So that might be a fall thing, but we want to do that. Granddad's Bluff is on the channel. That's a neat bluff. So also headed towards Winona, or past Winona. I'm trying to think when we did the oh my goodness, it's the original town. Boy, I'll tell you, sometimes when I start forgetting things, I go downhill. I'll be fine tomorrow morning, but yeah, when my brain gets fried, everything goes. I'm trying to remember the name of the town that we did that Winterfest thing in, and it's probably about 40 minutes from La Crosse, and we stopped in La Crosse anyways, was going to be my point. We had a good time there too. So we need to get some more lacrosse on the channel. I agree. There's some neat things out there. Let's see here. Oops. You know what? That's me that's not scrolling. That's why I'm starting to see some of the same things. You're welcome, Nitty. Oktoberfest is the best here in La Crosse. Yeah, we gotta check that out. And I gotta catch up with comments here. I'm not sure why the computer's not automatically scrolling. Well, my camera lights just fell. There's a ghost in here. Somebody was asking me about the ghost boat. We got a ghost in here. All right. Let's see here. Cincinnati only, Michelle says. Okay, so I'm assuming, is that the Hard Rock Casino that you were talking about there? When I asked if you've ever been to a Hard Rock, I'm assuming. Was it pretty neat? I'd like to, I got to check the one out in Rockford. A lot of casinos, I shouldn't say a lot. I know of a couple. And I know Ho Chunk out here, just so you know, Michelle, has rules about filming inside there. And that is you don't, basically. And they, as you know, Michelle, there's these casinos have cameras all over. But a lot of casinos don't let you film inside. And that's why I just don't do anything with Ho Chunk. So I sneak in a couple times, so the things on the channel are just me walking around with the phone. And I just kind of go incognito with it. But I'm curious, can I, I'm reading something as I talk, and that's a bad habit. Can I record inside Hard Rock? So Were you able to, Michelle, when you guys did it with your channel in Cincinnati? Let's see. Mount Olympus got rid of the goats to feed. Mount Olympus? When did they have goats? I think they called them guests. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. uh, let's see here. Old Gray, the pontoon boat ride sounds fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So whoever wins, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to whoever the winner's going to be. It's gonna be a good time. Could be you there, Old Gray. How come you're Old Gray? Let's see here. You're welcome for sharing the channel. There, Michelle, the channel info. Aqualumina. Aquavia Lumina is the coolest enchanted walk ever. It really is, Kim. It's, you know what? Anyone that goes in there with a camera, and there are some different people that have gone in there and thrown videos on YouTube. It doesn't do it justice. I mean, you could watch the video I've got and had a great time. It just, you have to experience it. It's one of those things you just have to experience. So if you're coming into Wisconsin Dells, I guess all of you this summer or whenever, when you come here, Aquavia Lumina is a must. You got to do it. It's really, really neat. All right, let me, once again, my computer, it like, the comments start scrolling and then it just locks up. And when I'm looking at the camera, just kind of rambling on, I look back at the computer. I'm like, oh, I thought I answered those. But once again, I find myself having to scroll here. I love Wisconsin Dells, says Kim. Yeah, it's a fun town. Charmont has bar on top of the roof of the hotel. Charmont? Is that in is that La Crosse? Let me do this too. Oh, I'm squinting. These are these generic glasses. Kelly is on me right now for getting regular glasses. I'm not ready yet. I'm gonna have to get some. All right, here now I can see too. Wow. Mr. Handpay somehow got permission to film inside Ho Chunk, Wisconsin Dells. He has those videos on his channel, Mr. Handpay. I take it he's a YouTuber. I just don't. I'm not familiar with him. I'll have to check that out though if he is. That's okay. That's I'll have to I'll check that out. See if I can. I really just want to go into Ho Chunk once with the camera. That's it. I don't need to go in there over and over. It's like if I was a go to do Noah's Ark. I mean, I've been to Noah's Ark. Really, I've kind of split up the videos, but I've been there twice with the camera. No reason to go back to Noah's Ark with the camera at least anytime soon. It's after a while, it's the same thing, you know, from a YouTube standpoint. But I know a lot of people are just coming to the channel. They don't know those old videos, so I get it too. Time to freshen up. But I just want to show what Ho Chunk has to offer, and I think we're going to have to check out their hotel. Kelly and I have talked about that too. Maybe review their hotel. Let's see here. Okay, let me scroll down again because the computer's not cooperating. Patty says, husband said Hard Rock Casino is very pretty and split pay out is and slip pay is about average. Okay. I will have to I'll have to check that out. I'll just bring my phone and walk around. Really, what are they going to do? I guess when you're at a casino, if you're recording, they just say don't do it, right? Or they ask you to leave. One of the two. So, you know, it's the worst. It's not like I'm getting secrets on how people, you know, any top secrets in the casino business that they don't want their players to know about. But I also understand the reasoning. I do. And it's private property. So, all right, let's get back here to La Crosse, Mississippi, Queen Bear. La Crosse, Mississippi, Queen. That would be a fun video. The world's largest six-pack. Okay, Kim, I got to tell you, the world's largest six-pack, it was not that impressive to me. I mean, it's what is it, like just 6 towers that are like 40, 50 feet tall, and they painted it to look like six-packs. I mean, I get it, but that was one of my first videos I've ever done on the channel. We went out to La Crosse. You'll see it if you really go way back. And there's a lot of neat things in lacrosse, but I looked at it, I was very underwhelmed. But again, my opinion, that's just my opinion. Um, but there's a lot of neat stuff out there. Granddad's Bluff, Kim, it's awesome. I really like that. Lacrosse has the best chocolate. Ranson's candy. Yeah, I won't argue with you there. Um, Lacrosse is a neat area. What was the Trump Hotel like? It was so the negative part when you walk into the hotel, the lobby, very underwhelming. It was nice. Don't get me wrong, it was nice. The lobby, we were just expecting something more grand. But when you walk around the rest of the hotel and you go to that restaurant, I think it was on the 16th floor, and then they've got the we couldn't see the indoor pool, but I was able to get the pictures at least on the channel. When you go back towards that spa area, wow, all of that was just yeah, really. I mean, that's what you can expect from the Trump brand, and that was pretty neat. It was not over the top gaudy. Okay, it was very elegant. Just it was very elegant. I think I can't remember if this made it on the channel or not. I know I said this to Kelly, whether or not I edited it out or not in the video. But I remember saying I feel like I don't belong here. um, I was not dressed for going into the restaurant. They were kind enough to let me walk through. So it was really neat. It was really neat. Whether you like the guy or not, I mean, let's not get political. We're just talking about the property, and it was a real nice hotel. Let's see here. All right, let's get this darn thing. I guess I'm gonna have to do manual mode here. If I'm missing any questions, just ask them again. YouTuber who does gambling vids. Okay. That guy we were talking about. As I scroll up, got it. That other YouTuber, got it. Foxwoods. They're actually one of my clients for my business. I work with their advertising agency. I don't work with Foxwoods directly, but let's see here. Goats. Why is this scrolling on me? There we go. Oh, this computer is just acting weird. It's tired. The goats were by the roller coasters before the pandemic. Oh, really? I did not know they had that. Wow. Maybe that was their lawnmowers for one season. I don't know if they still use the same company or not. You'd be surprised, but Mount Olympus, for whatever reason, they don't cut their own grass. They contract and outsource all of that to a company. I don't know. I know who the company is. I don't know anything about the owner, but I'm trying to remember the name of his company. The Lawn Barber is who they use, and I see their trucks there all the time, usually Thursdays. Pretty bad that I know that. It's just I do. When you want useless knowledge, I'm your guy. When you want stuff that makes sense, well, Kelly's not here, so she is home tonight. Oh, come on. Really? I really don't like wearing these readers. And there's like a smudge on here I can't get off no matter how much I wipe it. It doesn't look like a scratch. It is a smudge of some sort. The feed is goofy on your phone too. Yeah, it's really acting weird for whatever reason. The old gray because I have gray hair. That makes sense. Pretty soon I'll have to change the name of my channel to Old and Bold. Bolding. Let's see. Spam. Let's see. My room at Mount Olympus climate control only seemed to feature freezing or frying. Well, that's comfortable. Yeah, one or the other, huh? Of that, when you were there, what else did you think of the hotel? We'll take your review. I have been asked to do a review of their hotel, I think twice, maybe three times, but over the last year or two, I've been asked if I'd go over there and do a review, and my answer is no. I won't. I see the reviews myself, and I'm not going to. I don't want to spend money to have that kind of experience. Is I guess where I'm gonna go with that and leave that alone. But like I said, their water parks are pretty good over there. So I mean, they're not a lot. They don't have a lot there, but what they do have is pretty. I okay. So let me say this also about Mount Olympus. What they've been doing lately is that you got that rotating water slide, and now you've got the tallest water slide in North America that they opened last year, the Rise of Icarus. Those, I think those are excellent, and that's what they need to continue to do is put real unique things in the dells at their properties like that. Because no one else, where else in this country are you going to find a rotating water slide? Nowhere. Got to go to China for the next one. Watch out for any tariffs you'll pay on your airplane ride. I'm playing along, teasing on the tariff thing. Come to Graceland, Paula Webb. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We did, we've got what on the channel with Tennessee? Exactly 1 year ago, about now, we were in Nashville, and that was a good time. Memphis would be fun. Memphis would be fun. Do you live down there, Paula? Kim, did you hear anything about a Bucky's going to Wisconsin? Yeah, we got two of them coming. What's about that? There's one that's supposed to happen in, I think, Oak Creek, suburban Milwaukee. And that, I think, is going to get built before the one by Madison. The one in Madison is all tied up with, it's crazy. So let's see if I can explain this under 30 seconds. The one in Madison, they bought the property. Mr. Bucky's, whatever his name is, you know who I'm talking about, the owner. He bought the property already. He owns it. But he wants to develop, but he needs to, I want to say it's something like 10 or $11 million of road work that has to get done off the interstate and then Highway V when you get off the interstate to be able to accommodate all of that, all of the traffic. Anyways, he, I guess in other states where he's been, he has usually been able to push off those costs onto the state and say, hey, we're going to bring in all this money and revenue for taxes and all these people and blah, 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 right? So you're going to make tons of money on that. So you guys take care of upgrading the infrastructure to handle the crowd. And the last I heard in Wisconsin, he offered to go half, and DeForest, where it would be built, the town outside of Madison there, is saying, yeah, no, not happening. So that was the last I heard. I know that there's some village hall meetings going on, and I think they're trying to get some additional funding from the state. But that's all I know. So the one by Madison, DeForest, is on hold till further notice, but they do own the property. There's nothing going on there right now. It's just weeds. And then the one by Milwaukee should be opening by before 2027, I believe. Come on, computer. Did you hear anything? Let's see. Oh, that's Bucky's. We did that. The escort, yeah, the casino. Have you ever been escorted out of the casino for recording? Helen says, I can't wait to see the Aquavia Lumina. We saw Anarchista. Oh, do they have something like that down there? Nice. Yeah, when Kelly and I went down to Gatlinburg last year, we went to their annual chili cook-off, which is a big thing down there. So we just, all right, let's do the drive, and we figured we'd make a nice little getaway and road trip out of it. Had a Had a real nice time actually. It was a great time, and we just didn't have enough time to explore the whole area. And I mean, I've been to Gatlinburg a couple of times before, but that goes back to like the '90s. And I'm Gatlinburg, just like the Dells, has exploded with growth since the '90s. And we just did not get a chance to go to Anarchista. And there's some other YouTube channels, as you probably see. There's uh, adventurers out there. They nice family. They do a lot of Smoky Mountain stuff, and they do Anarchista all the time. So it looks really neat. It looks really impressive. But I did not know they had like a Aquavia Lumina type attraction over there. So that's another reason for us to get back to the Smoky Mountains. Let's see. Was the candy bar from Trump at least a Hershey? I'm sure that was his own. I mean, he's got his own steaks. He's got his own water. I mean, it's probably his own, or at least he slaps his name on. I don't know if you ever see Trump water bottles. I'm assuming, I mean, legally, you would think if he's putting his name on it that he must, or he's got some sort of partnership with the water company. But yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff with his name on it. So I'm assuming he owns a chocolate factory of some or chocolate business, or obviously he's got a partnership with the one where he could put his name on it. That was what, like $75? Remember that candy bar? That was pretty. I mean, it's like that, maybe. I can't remember. Something like that. It was like 75 bucks. Uh, Ghost is back. I thought this thing had a full charge. This is what happens. See, there we go. Oh, it's just overheating. No, the battery's also going. Yeah, bummer. We're down to one camera light. Paula, you are in Memphis. How have you been doing with those storms, Paula? You guys are getting annihilated in the south. Holy smokes, it's been crazy. I texted a fellow YouTuber friend of mine that lives out by Nashville today. I haven't heard back from him, and wondering what's going on because you guys have had it so rough. So I hope you and your entire family and your friends and everyone down there are in good shape. Bucky's in the Dells, there's no reason why they couldn't put one out here. I think the thing with Bucky's is they don't look at necessarily tagging on to a tourist town, because I think Bucky's is the tourist attraction perhaps in their minds, and they really are in many ways. Like the one up by Gatlinburg is, I mean, that's in Sevierville, and that's kind of a distance from Gatlinburg, not far from Pigeon Forge, but then you got to deal with all that traffic and stuff. But I mean, that's in a great spot actually. So, but I think they would do fine in the Dells actually, but they might be thinking we don't need the people of Wisconsin Dells to keep us busy because we'll naturally be busy. I don't know. Maybe we should keep that kind of quiet. I don't know if I want a Bucky's here though. Not so close. I don't want to deal with. There's a lot of crazy traffic in this town as is, especially in the summer. So I don't know if I want to deal with that, at least as a local. At least 10 miles away for Bucky's. I'd be good with that. It's funny. You guys ever read any of the things on like between Quick Trip and Bucky's? And Quick Trip's got to be freaking out. Bucky's is coming in, and Quick Trip's got to be so upset. There goes that light. Let's see if we can make this work here. It's like feel like a haunted type movie. But anyways, it's two very different business models. I don't think Quick Trip is, I'm sure they're like, oh, well, all right, we got more competition coming in, but I don't think they, listen, when you want to go in and you want to get your beaver nuggets, you want to get your briskets, you want to get your t-shirts and little beaver merch and stuff like that, yeah, you go to Bucky's. But really, when you're trying to get gas and get something maybe from the convenience store and you want to get in and out really quick, where are you going to go? I'm not dealing with the traffic at Buc-ee's. I'll go to Quick Trip. But I do, you know what I do like about Buc-ee's though? I mean, it's brilliant. 110 pumps? When we were at the one out by Gatlinburg a couple of years ago, they easily were using about 50 or 60 of them when we were there at once. Let's see here. All right, sorry, rambling away here. Michelle, never, but we have been asked to stop recording. Just warnings. Oh, yeah, if you've been asked to leave or not. Gotcha. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because you guys do a lot of casinos. Thank you. And Powwow, where there's a internal conversation going on here. I'm just trying to read around it then. Is that Wildcat Big Cat Rescue Place open or closed by the Dells? Wildcat Big Cat Rescue. I don't know. What is it? I'm a Big Cat Rescue. I don't know. Spring break in the Dells. It's crazy, Suzanne. Yes. Spring break goes from the beginning of March through probably the end of April, between all of the schools in Chicago and Minneapolis and Milwaukee and, all the people driving out here for spring break. And it gets crazy. Weekends have just been, it's just good. I mean, it's good for business, but yeah, as a local, sometimes it does get a little tough. Got to skirt around the traffic a little bit. We've got some back ways. See, I moved this light, so since this one died on me, so I moved this light over here, but now it's almost blinding me. I don't know. Can you see? If I put this over here, you guys able to still see okay? Kind of, I'm shadowed. I could see I'm kind of shadowed. That's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Let's see here. Submarine Museum in Manitowoc? I don't know. I've not been. I didn't know. I've been to Manitowoc only a couple of times. I don't know. Submarine Museum. I don't know if you got information on it or anything. If you can send a link, send me a link in the chat, or not in this chat. If you want to send it in Facebook or something, I'll check it out. If it looks like it would be a great video, that sounds like it could be fun. Let's see. Am I going to do a video on Natura? Land of Natura? There's a couple of them on the channel of Land of Natura already. There's one where I was actually in the water 2 years ago when it opened. And then there's one with me and one of the owners last year on his four-wheeler when we teamed up with the owners of Land of Natura and did a what did we do last year? I don't know. I did some sort of contest. I can't remember what it was. And we gave away all kinds of Land of Natura tickets. And they're great people to work with over there. That family that owns that business. Pretty impressive. That's the same family that owns the View Hotel that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, they're really great people to work with. And they've got some pretty impressive businesses over there. So, and then they helped out when we did our winter meetup as well. So I do like working with them. I don't want to say no that I'm not going to update because that would not be maybe the right thing. There is a chance I will update a video of me at Land of Natura this year. It all just I'm talking to them right now about the Wisconsin Dells giveaway thing that I'm doing. So we'll see. I mean, I may end up back there this year, but if we don't do anything with Natura this year, there's videos on the channel from last year and 2 years ago. Let's see here. Denise went to Chula Vista swimming a few years ago. Treated badly by rich people staying there. Never go back. Oh, that's a bummer. Sorry to hear that. That is a bummer. Kim's done everything in the Dells, but can't make it through the last 5 minutes of the Haunted Mansion in downtown Dells. Oh, I didn't you this comment is very familiar. Did you Kim, was that you that left that comment in the video? When I was standing in front of the Haunted Mansion in the video that went up on Tuesday? Yeah. Yeah, it's the Haunted Mansion's pretty neat. I like that Haunted Mansion. That thing has been there for ever. What, 70s? Maybe before the 70s? I know it was there late 70s. Let's see here. Big Cat Rescue has tigers, lions. They got tigers and lions, huh? All right. Look into this. Hang on a second. Big Cat Rescue. I've not even heard of it. That's near Wisconsin Dells? That's right in this area? Big Cat. Okay. I just wrote it down. I'm going to look into that. The Buc-ee's in Sevierville is insane. 120 gas pumps, Helen says. And we had to wait for an open pump. The food was good. We were there the first week they opened in 2023. That place is huge, isn't it? Yeah. I would imagine all the Buc-ee's are pretty big. But yeah, when Kelly and I went there, we were there. Didn't they open June of 2023? Does that sound right? We were there in November then of 2023, so a few months later, and it was pretty chaotic in there. And it is true if you have never been to a Buc-ee's and you see some of these people post videos on their YouTube channels and they go in there and then they come out and they say, "Oh yeah, here we are an hour later and we got all these bags and bought all this stuff." Yeah, it's true because that happened to Kelly and I, and between the two of us, we spent a couple $100 there, and we were there, I'll bet at least an hour and a half. I mean, of course, a lot of it was for the channel, but you get into a Buc-ee's and you just start looking around, and it's like a rabbit hole that you go down, and then it's like, oh, this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. Next thing you know, anyways, your the hands on the clock have gone around. All right, let me scroll here. I'm missing comments again. Sorry. My wife and I, Thunderball. Hey, Maverick, my wife and I leave in the morning for our Disney World vacation. Oh, I hope you have a great time. We hear you mention Disney to compare attractions to sometimes, so we assume you've been there. How did you like Disney? Disney World is fun. Yeah, I've been to Disney World many times. I haven't been to Disney World since 2017. Trying to think. 2018. Maybe it's 2018. So I haven't been there since then. And I mean, it's been a few years. So, I mean, it's Disney. So you're going to have a great time. Every time I've been there, all the parks, the hotels, the restaurants, all of their properties, just immaculate. People are so nice. It's just over the top fun. You'll have to let me know how it goes. I think you're going to have a great time, though. Disney is, I'd love to get back to Disney. Before I go back to Disney, though, if I'm going to head down to Orlando, I think what I want to do next, at least with my kids, would be Universal. I have not been to Universal. The last time I was at Universal, they didn't have, what is it, Islands of Adventure? Is that like the park next to Universal or their theme park or whatever they call it? That didn't even exist back then. So we want to check that stuff out. But you're going to have a blast at Disney. Can't go wrong. And yeah, when I do compare a lot of the Dells things like Kalahari, the way that family themes their hotels and stuff, and I say they're on par with Disney. Disney is in a world of its own, and they are definitely the creators, the pioneers of all of the where everything's at. And they get a lot of businesses in different areas that just say, "Yeah, that'd be a great idea." Or if we just went smaller on that and brought it back to our area, and that's what you see a lot of in the Dells, and Wilderness does a good job of that too. Because then also with soaring, if you guys go to Epcot as well, you got to do soaring. And it's the same thing with Take Flight at Wilderness. It's the same thing, except Wilderness is much smaller than the one at Epcot, but it's the same type of feeling that you get. It's like one of those 3D, maybe a 4D type theater with a big screen. Anyways, if you go to Epcot, you'll see it there, and you got to do it. So, hope you have a great time. Let's see. So what's going on? Oh, here we go. Big Cat Rescue in Rock Springs. Okay, let me write that down. I haven't been out to Rock Springs in a while. They've got the train museum out there and the old train, mid-continent. Helen says Lando Natura is a must for our trip. Yeah, you're having a great time there. Yeah, Lando Natura is really, really neat. It's a natural water park. So if you're just tuning in and you don't know what we're talking about or what Land Natura is, it's those big floating device things. I don't know what they call them, and you'll see them in some ponds or some campgrounds even have them too. These things that just float and kids love to climb on them and stuff. Well, Land Natura has a ton of them, and they got huge ones, and then they've got this awesome slide that goes into their lagoon, and all of the water. None of it's chlorinated. It's all filtered. It's like our own, springs here in Wisconsin. Dells natural water, but it's really a neat place. And then Helen, when you're there, don't forget it's kind of in the back of the park, and a lot of people just don't know about it or forget about it. They got that hiking trail. It's in one of my videos too from last year when I went there, and they've got that huge bridge that sways and stuff, and it's like supported by these giant trees and stuff, and then it brings you down towards the river. So make sure you check that out as well, because a lot of people just don't know about it in the hiking and stuff, and it's just beautiful back there. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. I think the computer, well, we'll see if the computer's going to behave. I clicked on something here. We'll see if that helps. Epic campuses in Verona, Kim says, is like House on the Rocks. It's amazing. Oh yeah, that Epic. I've not been there. I should get out there. My sisters actually told me a little about some of their stuff too. We were talking about this a couple of weeks ago when I was down in Chicago, and I think Kelly knows somebody. I might have to ask her again that works over there or something, and that I do know that carousel that they have in there, that little merry-go-round, that used to be at the Ellie's Deli in Madison. And when Ellie's closed down, that Epic or whatever it is in Verona, that business, they bought the carousel. I always, I'm going to write that down right now. These are great video ideas. And I've got a huge list, by the way, too. And I'm chipping away at them, some of these ideas. Verona. I'll bet, you know what? I'll bet that's even on my list. I'll bet it is. Wilderness is the best. Stay there at least 2 or 3 times a year, or at least 2 times a year. I added 3 for you. Awesome, Jason. Awesome. Yeah, Wilderness is pretty neat. Wilderness is really, really neat. I have been trying to get into their tree houses for the channel for a long time, since those things got built like 2 years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it's been now. And they've had me jump through so many hoops, and all I want to do is walk in there with a camera, show off these incredible tree houses that they built. And it wouldn't be a bad review, believe me. It's Wilderness. There's nothing bad about Wilderness. It'd be a great review for them. But I'd love to go in there, see them. I'd love to bring the camera. And they They had me, I talked to different supervisors at Wilderness. Then they sent me to, for whatever reason, their advertising agency that they work with. I don't know why I have to, maybe it's just how they set it up at Wilderness, but why would I have to work with an advertising agency? Maybe because YouTube, social media, maybe that's it. I don't know. But, for me to get permission, I really need someone from Wilderness to do that. But yeah, they've just been tough to get in there. And I'd love to, there's actually a lot at Wilderness I'd love to show off the accommodations part, some of those villas and stuff. Um, but they basically tell me I can always stay there. Well, yeah, that's true. I can come and spend $1,000 a night if I want to, but and then do this video that you'll probably get something out of as well. Or, well, I'll just do the video and let others just see, watch YouTube. Because I do the same thing. I mean, before we went to my kids and I, when we went to um, Myrtle Beach, I'm telling you, it's been a long week. When we went to Myrtle Beach a couple of years ago, I watched a ton of YouTube videos of some of the locals out there and places they suggest and stuff. And some things I would not have known about if it wasn't for social media and YouTube. Same thing with Branson when we went, and so I don't know. I will continue every now and then to send a polite request to Wilderness, and I've got nothing bad to say about them. I just wish they would let me come in so I can show everybody these awesome villas that they have in their tree houses. Because I've not even been inside the tree houses, by the way. I've only seen pictures of them online. So they look really impressive, though. From the outside, they're pretty neat. Thunderball, thanks. We're actually going for our 15th anniversary since we met and went for our honeymoon 4 years ago. Where's that? Might be something up in the comments. I know some of you guys are talking to each other too, so I miss some of this, or by the time I see the comment, I'm not quite sure what I'm talking about, which is pretty normal for me. Love Disney for sure. Yeah, it is in its own world. They're on their own level. I mean, it's Disney. It's Disney. You can't go wrong with Disney. So one of my favorite things at Disney, this goes back to when I was a kid, and I don't know why I've got this fascination with those monorails. I love those monorails. Those monorails are awesome. It's so funny because they tried to make them so futuristic looking. And back then, this is geek talk coming out now. They got the Mark. Is it the Mark? Is it the Mark 6? Mark is the manufacturer, I believe. Anyways, or the model, I forget, of the monorail. It's like Mark 5 or Mark 6 that they have right now. And those things are actually getting up there. They're like 15, 20 years old now, those monorails, since they've replaced them. And they had that, futuristic look. And I guess back then when they put them in, it probably was futuristic, but now it's almost like a regular, they almost look like they could be like EVs, EV electric car or something. Electric bus. Train, technically more train, but I love those monorails. I don't know why. I'm fascinated with their monorails. There's this is off topic here. I saw on YouTube probably about 2 or 3 years ago the previous model, it would either be the Mark 4 or 5 because I forget what they're on right now. When they replaced those, somebody actually bought one from like an auction. Disney usually does not sell attractions, old things that they're retiring. They don't do that. Disney does not do that. They will destroy, they will not give stuff up. But anyway, somebody somehow won this monorail from an auction, I think, or bought it. And I don't know how it was auctioned, because Disney usually doesn't do that. And this guy hired a truck driver, I guess, to come with this real big flatbed trailer. He had to rent a crane to put the monorail on, and I think it's rotting in the guy's backyard now. And he's not a YouTuber. He's just a guy that just shot a video and threw it on YouTube, And you'll find that if you just type in like Disney monorail in someone's backyard or something like that, it's I haven't seen that video in a long time, but I'd like a monorail. That'll be fun. If I go to Universal, Epic, Universal, say another old park to explore. Oh yeah, I gotta check out Islands of Adventure and Universal. Absolutely. My kids and I talk about it. And you know where else I want to go, believe it or not, is SeaWorld. And yeah, I mean we'll go check out the dolphins and Shamu and everything, but I want to go on the coasters. You know, I did Kraken when that first opened 20 when did Kraken open? 1998, 1999. I was there in 2000. Okay, so I was there a little after it opened. I was there in 2002. And that was an awesome coaster. And SeaWorld just kind of built up and almost like Busch Gardens now turning into this coaster place. Yeah, see, okay, Thunderball, love the monorail. They are. They're a good time. So it who's going to Disney here? I'm sorry, I miss blah, 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 blah. Let's see, well, too many comments. So whoever's going to Disney, when you go to Disney, ask the when you do the monorails, okay? Ask any of the monorail employees, any of the attendants, about the monorail personalities, because every attendant that works the monorails will tell you that they all have their own personalities. They will all tell you that. Um, I'm sure I'm gonna mix up the colors here, so don't quote me on the exact colors because they got different colors. But I've been told, like for example, oh yeah, monorail blue hates colder weather when it's like like below 60 degrees here. Monorail blue is very temperamental. Monorail red, oh yeah, monorail red, she doesn't do well when it's rainy. And oh, monorail yellow, oh we got to put yellow on every day it's sunny. Just ask the attendant about the personalities. It's so fun to listen to them about that. I still want a monorail. Maybe a monorail in Wisconsin Dells. Let's see here. Michelle, Maverick, we are changing. Maverick, we are charge your credit card dinner at charging my credit card at White Castles for dinner because we are hungry. Thank you, pal Maverick. White Castles, you're teasing me, Michelle. The closest White Castles to me is about 2 hours, 15 minutes is the closest. And of course, the closest White Castles to me, like 2 hours and 15 minutes, the White Castles near that one, only about 10, 15 minutes. And then if and that's near going towards Illinois, Chicagoland area. Then if Minneapolis, same thing. I'm about a little over 3 hours from Minneapolis. Then there's a bunch of White Castles. Wisconsin Dells needs a White Castles. I say we all gather together and we all put together a fund to build a White Castles. And if they're not franchised, we'll make this one franchise. I stayed in the tree houses at Natura. It's fun. Oh yeah, those are fun. Wait, what does this say? I stayed in tree houses at Natura. It'd be fun until you have to go to the bathroom at 3 in the morning. That's true. It depends which treehouse. Well, I know the ones you're talking about because I did. Those are the people that own land in Natura, as you probably know, in the View Hotel. You're right. The actual tree houses, yeah, they don't have bathrooms in them. Got a video on the channel last year, and but those little houses over there next to the tree houses on the other side of like that little lagoon, those had bathrooms in there. Those are neat too. Those are really neat. The tree houses were not built by Land and Nature, by the way. They were originally built by Mount Olympus, because Mount Olympus used to have some sort of I'm trying to remember what it was. They still have property next door, Mount Olympus, and they've got their little camp section and some of they're not tree houses, they're kind of like clubhouses, if you will. But anyways, Mount Olympus built those tree houses, and they were leasing the property from the Mikowski family, basically. And the View Hotel, you might recall, going back years ago, was painted blue and white. Like, remember when Mount Olympus painted everything blue and white? So they did that to the View Hotel, and it was called Santorini, something like that. It's a Greek name. And then the Natura motels, I can't remember. I think there's like Mount Olympus buildings like 16, 17, something like that. They just threw numbers on them. But anyways, So they built those tree houses. So then when the agreement basically expired and the Mikowski family basically said, yeah, you know what, we're gonna take our properties back, we're gonna go our own way and stuff. So they did that. um the tree houses were on their property, so they kept them. I'm glad they did. I think it's a neat selling attraction. Let's see. Let's go, Maverick. Yummy. Oh, White Castles, yeah. Take Kelly won't do White Castles. Kelly hates White Castles. Someone's got to return Kelly's texts here. I got a text from my daughter, so I'm using my phone so I can just see them come in. I don't think my daughter knows that I'm doing a live tonight, but Kelly knows I'm doing a live right now. She's still texting. Whoops, there we go. So yeah, it's been a wild week with the weather though, huh? So I know Arkansas, boy, you guys got nailed. Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana with the tornadoes, just been crazy. It's all been south of here. So Wisconsin is really interesting. We actually had a tornado warning south of here where Kelly lives near Madison when all that stuff was going on 2 nights ago. It was the tiniest little cell. And she called me and she goes, I'm under a warning. The sirens are going off and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, take cover, And she goes, I am. And I'm looking around outside. I'm like, it's clear. It really wasn't clear, but it wasn't storming, wasn't doing anything like that. So I looked on the radar, tiny little speck on the radar. It's just like a little glitch, it looked like. And produced a funnel cloud, I guess. Nothing ever touched down. Yeah, I don't know. No, my daughter's, yeah, hey, Georgia. I don't know where she is. She was working, and I think she's done working. I don't know. My daughter, she might have been just texting me to let me know she's going to do something with a friend or something. But she's also 20, so I'll look at the text and I'll be like, oh, okay, I see she's gonna be home late or something. If it was an emergency, I'd be getting a ton of texts from her. The phone would be ringing. Let's see. Helen, I think of you when I see the box of frozen White Castle burgers at the grocery store. Yeah, they're just not the same. You got to have them fresh. But yeah, I see them all the time when I go grocery shopping. And I bought some of those like last year sometime. And I figured, okay, instead of nuking them in the microwave because they never worked, I tried them in the oven and they tasted a little better, but it still wasn't the same. Just got to have them fresh. We need a White Castles in the Dells. That's what it boils down to. We could do like a White Castle super center with water slides around it. Oh, see, now we're onto something. Somebody get a piece of paper and write this down. So we'll do a water slide around the White Castles where the old Flamingo Motel used to be. I mean, that's about 3 acres over there. That 3-4 acres, and we can maybe you could have like a water slide that comes through like the drive-up window, so you could grab your case, your Crave case. I'm onto something. We were just talking about business ideas in the Dell. One of you guys writing this down? Don't worry, an EF5 tornado couldn't blow Kelly away. An F5 tornado. I don't know what that means, but let's see. Kim, I would love to meet you and Kelly in the Dells. You both are so cool. Keep up the cool videos. Oh, thank you, Kim. Yeah, just let us know when you're up here. Shoot me a message on Facebook or any comment in any of the videos. I do read them all. I respond to them all. It takes me a while, especially with some of the videos that really pile up with comments. But I do get back to them. But just Facebook me or message me through Instagram, whatever. I see them, and when you're around the area or something, we'll set something up. That would be great. You guys, you could take us out to eat somewhere. I'm kidding. Lizzie, let's see. I'm with Kelly. I don't like White Castle. Lizzie, we are having a White Castle meeting here. That we're forming a White Castle club. It's not for everybody. I get it. And then there's what, Crystals? They're competitors, which is also in the South, and I have never had Crystals. And there's the big war between the Crystals people and the White Castle people. And some, I've heard half and half. Crystals is better. I've heard White Castles is better. I don't know. So, Michelle, you guys have White Castles, aren't they in Cleveland? I know they're in Columbus. I've had White Castles in Columbus. Let's see. I think Kelly should buy you that dream for your birthday. Well, the White Castle water slide. Yeah, I haven't had Crystals ever. You just didn't like it, Lizzie? Just never. I mean, they're greasy. The thing with Kelly is Kelly hates onions. It's just something she doesn't like. And even if you get White Castles without the onions on it, those grills that they steam them on and everything, I mean, they're just caked with onions. So, but she thinks it's also like grade F meat. We know it's B, maybe C. Let's see here. Nothing in Cleveland. The grease. Yeah, I get it. You know what? It's that's definitely White Castles is probably an acquired taste. I was reading in on the news, or not on the news, but online, a news feed that I was following, that Noah's Ark, what they're going to do for this year is heat their pools to 84 degrees. So we don't have to wait for them to kind of warm up from like the sun and wait till like the end of the season, August, Labor Day, before the water is finally decent, like a lot of water parks do. So Noah's Ark, I was reading it, they are going to turn the heaters on most of their pools this year. So that's going to be something to look forward to because I don't know. How do you guys feel about jumping like on a water slide or something and you're just bone dry and then you get that first splash and oh, that's tough. That's tough. So that's pretty neat. They got bought out by Hirschland, the Hirschland family, who also owns Silver Dollar City. They own Dollywood. Hirschland, let's see, they just bought Kentucky Kingdom a couple of years ago, and that's a top-notch organization for amusement parks and stuff. So unfortunately, the previous owners of Noah's Ark, which weren't in the Dells because Noah's Ark has not been locally owned for what, like 15 years, I think, when the Gantz family sold it, maybe a little longer. But anyways, the last corporation that owned Noah's Ark, they were just running all of their parks into the ground. So I'm excited about the Hirschlands owning it. I don't think we're going to see any changes with Noah's Ark even next year. I don't think we're going to see much. I think this company, they need to I think they need to figure out which parks are going to sell off, because when they bought the company that owned Noah's Ark, what the heck was their name? And anyways, when they bought that company, they came with a bunch of little parks, and Hirschland said, yeah, well, Palace Entertainment. And they basically said, well, okay, we're going to buy the whole thing. Excuse me, but I don't think Hirschland's going to keep all of the parks. There are some smaller, not parks that aren't as profitable, and they're probably going to spin those off. I don't think they're going to spin Noah's Ark. They're going to hang on to Noah's Ark. That's going to be that's a money maker, that park for any company that would own it. So I would guess by 27 we're going to start seeing some big changes with improvements. That is, some upgrades for Noah's Ark. And do you remember, if you've been coming to the Dells long enough, especially when the Gantz family used to own it, the Watermans and the Gantz family, every year Noah's Ark got a new attraction, a new ride, every single year. And that pretty much went, once Palace bought the place, they did some nice upgrades, it got exciting, and that was it. They put in that Rasha, or whatever that ride is called, and I think that was it. Palace Entertainment ended up taking out more slides than they ever put in at Noah's Ark. So they actually took out more stuff. But Hirschland, we're going to see some big stuff happening to Noah's Ark. So I'm really excited about what they're going to do over there. You guys, we were talking about my daughter a minute ago, and I could hear she's home. I hope that's her that's upstairs, because I hear someone. My son's not home right now. He's at the movies with a bunch of buddies. They went to go see. Is there a Minecraft movie or something? That's what he told me, at least. Let's see here. Let me scroll to. Some other Dell stuff going on is. Here we go. We've got the big construction project, which I'm dreading and looking forward to at the same time, starting next year on the Dells Parkway. That's going to be a 2-year project, but we need it. That road is pretty beat up, and believe it or not, they are going to stick in a turning lane right in the middle. And I don't know how they're going to do this. They're moving sidewalks. If you know the Dells and Lake Delton specifically, it gets tight. It's pretty landlocked. And some businesses like Belux on the Parkway they're going to lose their outdoor seating. And like by the rotating water slide at Mount Olympus, you think the Parkway's close now? I mean, heck, it's going to almost go right under it. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's going to be really close. So they're going to widen the Parkway, put in this turning lane, which will be great to help alleviate some of the congestion. And but they're saying that's going to be a 2-year deal. And I use that Parkway multiple times every single week I'm on it. So that's going to stink. But when it's done, that'll be great. So if you're coming in summer 26 or 27, you've got that to look forward to. Michelle's walking around my upstairs. Well, you want to get the vacuum cleaner while you're up there, Michelle? It's time to vacuum, too, of the upstairs. Brian, let's see. My grandson used to bang the ticket girl. What? That's nice. Hope she was cute, at least. What kind of conversations are you having with your grandson? Jeez. A great reason for me to skip the local traffic. Yeah, it's going to be a mess. They just put in a new road by Mount Olympus. I think it's called Olympus Road. They put it in towards the end of last year. They spent a good chunk of this winter, what they could before the snow came in, and it just needs the top layer of the asphalt, and then it's going to be ready to go. And they will have that road done. It really is almost ready to be done. They're getting ready to put the street lights up and everything, I could tell. So we're going to somehow use part of that road during the construction on the when the parkway's going on. So anything else on the Dells or any of the videos? I see we still have about 30 in the chat here. If you haven't heard and you're just kind of hanging out and watching along here, got a Dells giveaway that we are going to that I'm doing here on the channel. All you have to do, it's really, really simple. So you subscribe to the channel, okay? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll be talking about it in videos and stuff. Follow me either on Instagram or Facebook or both. And when I post things on Facebook or Instagram about the getaway, specifically about this contest, if you want to call it that, all you have to do is share it on your social media feed and then tag me in it. So because I obviously when you get tagged on social media, you know about it. So tag me. So because I'm keeping track of everyone that's tagging me right now. I'm getting tagged like crazy on some of this, and I'll announce a winner in YouTube at the end of June, and we're going to have. And there goes that light. That light is gone now. Let me just get closer to the computer screen. This isn't going to work very good. Good thing I'm wrapping up. So so between subscribing on YouTube and then following along on social media, I'll announce a winner coming up in June. All of the attractions will be getting announced as time goes on. I do have a smaller light, but it's going to be behind me. I don't think it's going to really help. Yeah, that doesn't. Does that help a little bit? Yeah, this camera light lasted about 2 hours. But anyway, so getting back to this thing. So if once you do the tagging, as I post stuff about the Dell's Getaway and on YouTube, and you're following me and all that stuff, I'll announce the winner in June. Different businesses are jumping on at different times as we confirm who's given what, and kind enough to donate all this stuff. And I will announce all of the attractions as they come in. We have a ton of attractions. This will include a complimentary stay to be announced on the hotel or motel yet. I'm in talks with a couple right now. And some dining certificates. So it's really a free Dell's Getaway. And again, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel here, and I'll give some tell you some things that you could do in videos. I won't go on and on and on. And then just follow on Facebook and or Instagram and tag me. You only need to tag me and share it on your timeline when I'm posting specifically about the getaway. All the other posts that I do on Facebook and Instagram, the regular stuff, you don't have to tag on. So, all right, let me, as I wrap it up here, let me put the glasses on one more time. A great reason for me to skip. Okay, let's see. Have you and Kelly eaten at Del Bar? Oh, yeah. Thunderball? Oh, yeah. We have eaten there many times, her and I, and we always enjoy. We've gone there more for, we haven't been there for food in a good year. We've gone there for drinks, for a cocktail, and we've done that a couple of times in the last 6 months or so, maybe 8 months. They got really good dessert there too. But I'm going to do we're going to get them on the channel, actually, really, coming up late spring. Del Bar, and we're going to do Ishnala's. And I don't want, it's not going to be a review because they're both fantastic. So, I mean, we're already going in with high expectations. We know what we're getting, especially with Del Bar. I've not been to Ishnala since I was a little kid, but that's rated the #1 supper club in the state, according to a supper club publication that does exist, believe it or not. So, excuse me. So we will, we'll go over to both Ishnala and Del Bar with the camera and do some videos on it. Looking forward to that new attraction. Oh, the mountain coaster. Yeah, it's going to be fun. That's going to be fun, Kim. I'll keep you posted on that, on the construction. And the Farmer and the Dells restaurant and their Wisconsin hotel. You just reminded me. I got to reach out to them again, the Wisconsin hotel. Doing a little back and forth with someone over there as far as setting up a video when they're ready to get in there and check out the place for the summer. So thank you for the reminder. Any updates? I don't know how to tag you. Yes, I liked. Oh, so you did like. So all you gotta do is when you share it, like when you share it on your timeline, the any of the posts that I do, you can. There's a way of sharing with all of your friends or whatever, but you could even just do Maverick Hayes or at Maverick Hayes, and it should populate my name since you're sharing something off of my page, technically, or timeline, whatever. It should automatically populate my name. Put me in the comments. Otherwise, like once you share it, I have seen some people do that too. Maybe just so they share it and then they on their page in the comments, and you might even see it on some of the comments. They'll say Maverick Hayes shared. So, all right. When we come down to the Dells, sometimes just to go there, special occasions, about an hour and a half. Yeah. Come on out. The Dells welcomes you, Thunderball. Come back. Come spend lots of money. Well, I own a business, but it's a business to business. I don't own a business to public, so Spend money, don't spend money, it doesn't matter to me. It won't affect me. I shouldn't say that because I do a lot of Dells videos. I'm also teasing. Animal parks in the Dells open for the season yet. Timbavati's is open. They were appointment only because they still go in and feed the animals throughout the day, and you could do like a private tour. The as far as the deer park goes, if not, I can't remember. It's either this weekend. Hang on a second. I'll tell you in 1 second. It's either this weekend or next weekend. That they open. Let's see here. Hang on. I'll tell you 1 second. Got a video on the channel over at the deer park. It just says they're opening mid-April. Mid-April through late October, from between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And then in the summer, they're 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. I thought they had a specific date. I thought I saw that somewhere. So mid-April, my guess would be next weekend. I'll announce something too. I'll throw something in Facebook. In the What's New in Wisconsin Dells May video, that's something I started doing at the beginning of each month, what's new in the Dells and stuff. I'll make sure I include them in there, that they're open, but they should I know about the deer park that they winter tarps they put on things, and they've removed them on these things. They just don't want getting ruined in the winter. The tarps are gone, so the park is slowly coming alive. Good night, Michelle. Have a great night. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out and chatting with us. And Old Gray, happy trails. Take care of yourself. And Kim and Denise, all of you guys. Thunderball, let's see, are you planning on doing a summer meetup? My wife and I couldn't make the winter meetup. We had a good time. That winter meetup was a lot of fun. That was a good time. I'm not sure. Let me get back to you on that. A lot of people are asking me. Summer just gets so darn busy. I want to do a summer meetup. The intention is there, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it half-assed. Basically, I want it. I want it to be as good as the winter meetup, and just so much going on. Like the winter meetup is easy because it's winter, so you just pick a weekend and go for it. But I'll get back to you on that. Just keep following along in videos. This When the Dells contest ends the end of June, so that will probably, if we do a summer meetup, it'll probably be about mid-May. I'll start announcing it, and if we do one, see, I got some weekends that just have me out of town as well, so I'm trying to think of those weekends off of the top of my head. Probably late August is what I'm thinking if we do. But I'll keep posting. People are asking about if I'm going to do one, so I'll see what I can do. I might have to move things around, but I will definitely give as much notice as I can. If not, maybe we'll do a fall meetup. That would be fun. So, let's see. Thanks, Jason. Great show. Looking forward to being here after Easter. Well, fantastic. Come on out. So we are wrapping it up, and Ghost, the amazing husky, says hello, and we're all saying goodbye. Hi, Ghost. Hello from, is it Campolis, North Carolina. I used to live in Wisconsin Dells and work at the Kalahari. Nice. Well, hello. We are actually wrapping it up. Thanks so much for hanging out here in this chat, everybody. It was fun talking to you, chatting a little bit. I always enjoy chatting with everybody. Let's I'll let you know when I do another chat. This was actually a last minute plan. The kids were gone tonight. I'm not with Kelly tonight, and I wanted to chat a little bit more about this giveaway thing. So it's just a great opportunity to do it tonight. So we'll do another live one soon. Lots of fun videos are coming up on the Dells. The one tomorrow, that it's already in the queue on YouTube. It will be up at 6 Eastern. Was that 6 Eastern, 5 Central, and then 3 Pacific time. That's the 3 big family entertainment centers, and kind of compare them and go through them all. And that'll be a fun video, especially if you have kids or something and you'll be in the Dells. You'll definitely want to watch that if you're coming. And lots of other fun Dells videos that I'm already working on, and got some more shoots coming up this weekend that I have to do. So I'll make sure I keep all that Dells stuff coming. So as I always say in the videos, you'll see me in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you later.